they evolved, in your opinion?
I think it has been very pleasant to see that yes, Sri Lanka and business are going in the right direction, though the progress is not that fast. It should be. They could have taken more advantage of that. But for example, the first time related to the CSR, main CSR issue I came was in 2001. This was the agenda when people were talking more on the compliance side, the textile industry and all the facing compliances were stressing from their brands to comply. I think we with UNAIDO, this was the project called Triple Bottom Line Demonstration Project.
What is triple bottom line?
Triple bottom line is basically looking at your environmental initiatives and social initiative in a way that you also improve your financial bottom line. So they look at three bottom lines: your environmental bottom line, how you perform in environmental side; social bottom line, how you treat your workers and all that social standards, and but at the same time in a way that you improve your financial bottom line also. You don't actually, and if I put it in a way that you don't consider the money you spend on social and environmental thing as a expenditure, but you consider it as an investment, and actually it is a very good investment, and you get returns very quickly on that. And you improve your financial bottom line. So this was a demonstration project we wanted to see in 4 different countries. It was done in Sri Lanka, Thailand, India and Pakistan. In Pakistan we did focused on the textile and leather industry. In Sri Lanka we were looking at rubber plantation and other. So coming back to that, at that time of course we developed some frameworks in how to actually calculate if you have done some social investment and how they impact. For example, if you have given some more benefit to your employees or workers, of course they stay more, and that's why you save on retraining new employees, and then of course increase of productivity. I think now everybody knows how it impacted it. I'm talking 9 years ago. So at that time then the Sri Lankan organization was changing from the compliance side to the triple bottom line or improving their efficiencies, so efficiency model. So after that I think I came in 2004 or 5 for a workshop again. I ran a workshop on triple bottom line, but I also talked about the GRI, the Global Reporting Initiative, and the benefits of reporting, benefits of being more open and disclosures. So that's what I then say that again the companies understood it very quickly. They were more responsible, I think more responsible than the companies in Pakistan were towards that, because still in Pakistan we are struggling on these concepts after 4 or 5 years, which Sri Lankan companies really adopted. And the next stage of course now is coming up is people are starting to understand that after efficiency and all that, to basically get to a competitive advantage level, we need more collaboration. And now all over the world also more collaborative things are coming up. As we can see, EU, the European Union, they have come up very strong in economic sector, because all these countries have working together on a lot of issues. And so if we in the region can work on trade issues and the non-tariff barriers kind of thing together, and again sharing and all that stuff, and doing research together, I think we can come up with the more improvement. And so as I talk about the region, I think I found Sri Lankan companies more proactive, more learning side, and they want to learn quickly and they want to implement things, and they have implemented. I can see that what we were talking about in TBL project and later in GRI workshops and all, and fair traded. Yeah, I've also been here and I've seen a lot of fair traded tree plantations, and they have been much better than other countries.
So what you're saying is you saw a transition from compliance to efficiency, and then collaboration and being more responsive. Yeah. So also now you said that when the organizations become more responsible, then they also look at their bottom lines, like the economic, social, which will impact on the financial viability as well. So when you are talking about responsibly contributing to the environment, society, we are also talking about making an impact, and that impact can be a very qualitative impact in most of the time, and therefore it can be a challenge to measure something qualitative. Say for example, you do something for the environment, or you do something social, and it's more qualitative. So how do business actually measure a qualitative impact that they've done and quantify it and say, yes, we've done this much? Is it necessary to do that, or is it good to do that? What do you stand?
I think it's good to do that, because unless you know where you're heading, how much improvement you have made in certain areas, of course different areas, and again in business you keep doing that, but yes, social and environmental, if you know how much where you started with, you have a baseline, and then how much you have improved, it's a very good thing for business itself, even if it's not asked by anybody to do that. But it's also good to compare themselves with other companies, or within their country, outside their country, so there are different frameworks for that also. But coming back to this, yes, it is still a very difficult thing to measure. But I can relate to one of the project or work I did many years ago. It was almost 15 years back, and at that time also we were struggling to find out this thing, similar thing in the NGO sector, on the civil society sector. I can relate that story. I was asked by CIDA, the Canadian International Development Agency, to develop an MIS, which is Management Information System. I should tell you that I also have a background of computer science. I am a software engineer. My first degree was in software engineering, and the second degree was in management research.
And you graduated from the Cambridge Dutch School when you did your MPhil,
yeah,
right?
That's right. So again, coming back to what when I asked them what they want, again, let me explain what they were doing was they had a very big project in Pakistan in all 5 provinces, and including Turbat also was one area, which is quite a remote area in Balochistan and all. And they were giving some trainings, awareness trainings for community-based organization in the villages. And they were doing a wonderful job, I'm sure, but when I asked them what they want me to do in the MIS, they said, we want very fancy reports with graphs and everything. And I said, okay, fine, I would love to do that, but what do you want in those reports? So the kind of indicators they gave me, of course, were the numbers, because they didn't know there can be qualitative indicators. So they were giving me number of visits they have made to these community-based and the different villages, number of villages they have contacted, number of community-based organization on their roster, number of trainings they have done, number of people who attended these trainings, and then were the training good or bad, and that was all. And there was no feedback loop, or what was the effect of those training, how the people have responded, and did somebody did something based on that training afterwards, and had it impacted their economic condition or the awareness or the social or environmental thinking. So they had no clue of how to respond.
So basically they were looking at indicators at the level of input.
Yeah.
That is how many hours, how many visits,
exactly.
But not at the level of output or outcome.
Outcome, especially the outcome.
Okay.
Output was good trainings or number.
All that. So
achieved those numbers.
Is the more impact. So how did you face the challenge?
So that, of course, I had to go through a lot of resistance talking to people, because at that time I was supposed to be a technical person sitting in my office, big office, playing with the computers and putting all that data and generating different beautiful graphs out of that data. So when I looked at it, I said, I think they are wasting their money. They're paying me so much to develop something which they, at the end of the day, of no use, because there is no manual process behind that. So I asked them, can I just go out in the villages and see what's happening there, and what are the impacts and what are the objectives? So very reluctantly I was allowed to do this, and they said, okay, you can go and accompany some of the people there. But once I went there, I saw, yes, these people who were training them, this group, they were very passionate, and they were able to convey a lot of things to these people. But then again, they train them and they go somewhere else, kind of a thing. So I interviewed some of the villagers and the community-based organization, and I found a lot of change in the thinking also, slow process. And I said, but I don't see this anywhere in their reports. They had lengthy 5-6 pages reports of, again, the numbers, what time they went there, how many people were there, kind of things. And it never talked about what changed, because they had